For a very long time, I have been a fan of a YouTuber by the name of Peanut Butter Gamer, and back in 2011, to celebrate the release of Skyward Sword, he created something called Zelda Month, where every November for years he made videos about Zelda. And I know he doesn't really do it anymore, but every November I still celebrate it because I love Zelda. I have always been a fan of adventures, and that love started largely with the Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings movies and these games.
So welcome back to part 5 or part 6, whatever we're on, of Ocarina of Time.
When I was a kid, I remember playing Ocarina of Time a lot on my Wii, and A Link to the Past / Four Swords on Game Boy Advanced. Then I played Wind Waker HD and went straight to Breath of the Wild. I have since dabbled in almost every game in the series, but have yet to take the time to sit down and 100% complete many of them. So, in honor of Zelda Month and my love for all of these games, I'll be taking the time to do what I did with Pikmin, and play every single Legend of Zelda game to 100% completion, and then make videos about them. I've been streaming my playthroughs so far. If you want to join me on this journey live, feel free to sub. I stream right here on this channel. Without any further ado, let's start my long journey where it all began, with the all-time classic, The Legend of Zelda. This is where it all began. The franchise that proceeded to not get Lego before Animal Crossing. The Legend of Zelda. Pressing start, you were immediately thrown into a large open world with absolutely no direction or story. But there is an alluring cave right near the start, and when you look at it, you can't help but want to venture inside. In there, you meet an old man, and you hear the iconic line, "It's dangerous to go alone. Take this." Then you exit the cave and you can shoot sword beams as a ranged attack. You will want to keep this, but it only works when you're at full health, so you'll never be that because this game is rough. You will die a lot. I died 60 times on my playthrough and it took me about 6 hours and 23 minutes to complete. That averages to about 1 death every 6-ish minutes. And that is insane. So rage quitting back to the title screen and reanalyzing all my life choices. Why? We see the story blurb after sitting on the title screen for just a few seconds, and it reads as follows. Many years ago, Prince Darkness Ganon, with 2 N's, stole one of the Triforce with Power. Index. Princess Zelda had one of the Triforce with Wisdom. She divided it into 8 units to hide it from Ganon before she was captured. Go find the 8 units link to save her. I think that sums up the plot pretty well. Zelda is in need of saving, and you must save her from Ganon with 3 N's. And that's all the story inside the game. If you want more, you need to check the game's manual. I don't have it, so to Google we go! Inside we learn that Hyrule was thrown into the midst of chaos when Ganon attacked and stole the Triforce of Power. And Zelda's nursemaid, Impa, almost died until some kid showed up and killed all the monsters that were about to kill her. And now that guy who saved her has to go kill Ganon. It's pretty neat stuff, and considering how iconic Impa would later become due to games like Ocarina of Time or Skyward Sword, it's really neat to see that her origin is nothing more than a passing mention in the pages of the original manual. Also in the manual is tips, but we don't care, because we have the internet, baby! And I just want to give a quick shout out to Zelda Dungeon, the #1 stop shop for everything Zelda guides and trivia. Great website. I suggest you check it out. And this video would not have been possible without them. It is incredibly useful because I am kinda dumb. Alright, pressing play again this time with our trusty guide, you can now go out into the world and explore. Now, despite this game's pretty rudimentary stuff, some of the core aspects of the Zelda franchise can even be seen here, from the items like heart containers or boomerangs, even the lantern, a 2D Zelda staple at this point. All of them show up here among other things like the flute, which plays a tune that would later become the menu's theme for Ocarina of Time and reused as the flute for some other games as well. It's pretty neat stuff. Making your way through the game will see you heading into various dungeons. You can complete them in almost any order you want, but there is definitely a path, from levels 1 to 9. And in each dungeon, you'll find an item, usually being used in some way within the dungeon or on the overworld in order to progress further and make your journey easier. Like how the boomerang has a really nice stun ability that really helps you take out enemies, or the blue candle that lets you use multiple candles on the same screen. It is incredibly helpful. Also in each dungeon, you'll fight a boss, and once you kill them, you'll get another heart container. And past the door they're guarding is a piece of the Triforce of Wisdom. But while we're on the subject of the dungeons and bosses, some of Zelda's most iconic bosses also come from this game, like Goma, or Dodongo, or Manhalda, Aquamentis, Digdogger. Okay, so not all of them are the most iconic ones in the series, but there is Gleeok, a multi-headed dragon that most recently came back as an overworld boss in Tears of the Kingdom. I love it! So fun. But, in this game, Gleeok can easily be defeated using the accidental forward backseat. 500. God, I hope someone out there gets that reference. In this game, before I move on from the enemies, we got other iconic ones that get their start here, such as Octoroks, Tektites. Those are those sand thingies. They're in a bunch of the Zelda games. Keese, Moblins, Armos, Zoras, yes, they were enemies in the 2D games. And even the Lionel, a former 2D exclusive enemy until Breath of the Wild, and even everyone's favorite enemy in the series, Boulders. Zelda Dungeon lists it as an enemy, so each one with varying attacks and difficulties. Like the Dark Nut, I hate them. You can only hit them in the back or from the side, but as they turn as you go to hit them, and or Wizrobes, teleporting sons of witches. And that's less than half of all the enemies in this game. Some even come in blue varieties, which are stronger and have more health. Now, honestly, the amount of enemy variety in this game is absolutely shocking. I remember playing Mario 1 a while back, and I was in shock at the amount of enemies in that game. To my knowledge, not that many. So when Zelda 1 on the NES had, one second, let me check, 2, 3, 4, 5, 29 non-boss enemies, if you count the rock, which I do, and that blows my mind. Even today, this game feels big, and I can imagine it shocked the world back then. Although, I think this video is getting a little too positive, so let's move on to some of the problems. Where do I do? What do I go? How many screens right am I? I can blow up this wall? That bush burns? This game is a mystery. Everything is so vague. There is no instruction in the game on how to use stuff, and most things that you need to bomb or burn do not have any hints at all. Oh, that fine entrance there for level 8? Yeah, no, it was just in a bush. How was I supposed to know that? I found it by accident because I was like, can you burn some bushes? And bam, level 8. Or how about this? Ooh, I want to bomb some walls and skip half the dungeon. That's nice. I wish I knew which walls. It would be nearly impossible to beat this game without some kind of guide, and that's where Zelda Dungeon comes in. I used their expansive list of guides and stuff to make it through this game, and I could not be happier about it. If you play this game for the first time after watching this video, please use their guide. I will have it linked down in the description below. But yeah, the only other negative I really have about this game is that it is balls hard. As hard as balls. And that is largely due to the somewhat janky controls. You cannot move diagonally, but some projectiles can, so it makes it a bit annoying to dodge things sometimes. But yeah, it's also just really hard despite that, and I also suck. Alright, so that about wraps this up. Oh yeah, what's that? Oh yeah, right, the time stop power-up. Incredibly useful, yet rare. Unless it's from the last enemy in an area. Every time, man. Alright, so before we cover the ending of the adventure, I want to quickly run over the commercials for this game, because I love them, and they're a part of history, and they're really, really, really cool. The first one has a catchy song I kept singing on my stream.
Did you see the latest Nintendo newsletter?
Whoa, nice graphics. I'd like to get my hands on that game.
You mean you haven't played it yet? We can play it on my Nintendo Entertainment System. It's the Legend of Zelda, and it's really rad. Those creatures from Ganon are pretty bad. Octoroks, Tektites, Levers, too. But with your help, our hero pulls through. Yeah, go Link, yeah, get Zelda.
Awesome.
Intense.
The Nintendo Entertainment System. Your parents help you hook it up. The Legend of Zelda sold separate.
And the other one has the funny clips I used earlier.
Watch Zelda become a legend on your Nintendo Entertainment System.
Zelda! Which way you go? Good times. Pee hands. Levers. Zelda.
The Legend of Zelda. A never-ending adventure new for your Nintendo Entertainment System.
Zelda!
Okay, we're finally here. Level 9. Oh damn it, oh god, oh damn it. Okay, I got the silver arrows. Let's go kill Ganon. With the full 5-force of Trisdom in hand, and with the full Triforce of Wisdom in hand, we make him show himself. And the fight goes on. Okay, that wasn't too bad. But we did it! We got the Triforce of Power, and now to save Zelda. We enter the room, put out the fires, and bam! We're done. We did it, Link. And we are the hero of Hyrule. The game cuts to credits, and scene. This was honestly a fantastic start to my journey. Yeah, sure, it was definitely frustrating, but I still had a lot of fun with this game, and it's well worth a play today, especially if you're a Zelda fan. And it's readily available on Switch with Rewind, so if you don't want to have to die as much as I did, why not just play it on there? Alright, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Join the Discord in the description. Peace! Sup peeps, Endcard Bardy here. Sorry this video took me so long to make. I just kind of procrastinated on it for like a while. But it's out now and I'm very proud of this one. I think that extra wait time definitely let me put more into this video. I don't want to make this end card very long. So if you enjoy, you should subscribe and stuff. That'd be cool. And I will be live streaming my playthrough of Zelda 2 starting tomorrow. Tomorrow as in me recording this. Starting today as in the video's up. Probably like half an hour to an hour or so after this video comes out. So subscribe for that if you want to see that, because this is cool. Anyways, bye. Sorry, I meant peace.